What's going on, guys? I'm a regular guy with the Regular Guy Firearms channel. Thanks for watching. And with me, I have...
I'm Zach with Top Rack Blog.
Yep. So, with all that being said, check this out. We are going to talk about Kentucky Kydex and how they, for some reason, make colossal pieces of junk. Now, not too far back, I asked for a holster from this guy, and I needed it for this particular handgun, right? This is getting reviewed fairly soon. It's a fantastic handgun. I just needed a holster to run it in. And I asked him for it because I had a little event that I was teaching, and I needed it inside of a couple of weeks. So inside of a couple of weeks, he turns this thing out, which works okay. Which works okay as far as convenience and stuff like that. And you asked a similar thing of a holster that was made from Kentucky Kydex. Yep. And how long did that take?
It took about 2 days. I was getting ready for one of his classes and sent him a message, said, hey man, I need a new holster. He said, all right, what do you want? What kind of clips? You'll have it by Friday. Okay.
So, now, also, I asked for a G43 holster. And I'm going to tell you what, some of these things are not like the other. We have one holster here that's all right. It retains okay.
So far, it's been good.
It's not a friggin' safety hazard, you know. So, okay, that works all right. Yeah. I got a G43 holster where the screws refuse to stay tight for more than a couple of days. And I used this for a month and quit using it because the screws for the single clip, by the way, with no adjustability, and as you notice, by the way, there's about no locking up. Okay, what you're hearing is it bottoming out. So, that's it. Now, with that being said, ordinarily I wouldn't care about retention. I would start to get bothered by clips coming loose, and I would start to be bothered by the fact that I had to tighten this thing up about every week.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't bash the company yet unless there was a safety issue. Now, while you were there, this happened a few times, and the first time that it happened, I thought I was just stupid. It's always plan on the fact that you screwed up before anything else. I went to go draw my handgun, and a magazine just fell out. Okay, whatever. It was in the middle of a demo. It was fairly embarrassing. But then people were starting to ask about, like, the holster and stuff, because after the second and then the third time it happened, we were starting to run into issues. And I was confused for a bit, because normally I'm like, what the hell? Like, I insert my magazines and I make sure that they're in there. So, here's the crazy part, and here's something that I noticed. If you bend weird, and if you breathe out all the way, it ejects magazines. Okay? By the way, I'm going to prove that. Alright, so the gun and the holster are all rigged up. There's no adjustability in this, so I can only ride it with it this way. Okay? So, there's no trickery or anything. I'm not David fucking Blaine. I'm just gonna rig this up. I'm gonna sit how I would normally sit and bring the camera nice and close because I'm just gonna breathe in all the way. I'm just gonna take the seatbelt off. And there it is. Every time. Every time that I take a good inhale, I'll do it again. Check it out. It's not a fluke. Sit nice and okay. Hands on the steering wheel, all that. There it is again. Every time. So I notice what this is. Every single time that I'm bent up even a little bit and I start to breathe in, it'll eject the magazines. And you can watch it happen right now. Like, every time. It doesn't take much. Okay? What the fuck is that? Okay, you can cut it off now.
Hit the square button, I'm guessing?
Yeah. So the crazy part behind all this, too, is that, like, I mentioned that there was a single clip in there and that it rode very low. And I'm actually okay with that. I can get in there and just mess with things on my own individually. But when you start looking at the clip itself, okay, you can actually see up in here that because there's just one clip in there and because it rides as low as it does, it just rotates all over the place. Okay. Additionally, what's kind of screwed up, what's kind of screwed up is the fact that, look, here's the difference, honestly, and this is a heat treating thing. That's all this is. Yep. It's attention to detail, and it's a heat treating thing. This is a difference between a holster that was made like ass, okay? And now I'm going to compare it to something like a Smoky Mountain concealment holster, which is not made like ass. I have to try hard with 2 hands to get it to collapse anywhere near as much as this other guy does. Okay? It's ridiculous. And I don't get anywhere near as much flex up front. Okay? And it ain't the only one. Ones that are easier to make flex, like light-bearing holsters and stuff, same company. Same deal. Okay? Now, obviously, I'm a wiry guy, and I'm not the strongest fool on the face of the earth, okay? Wholeheartedly admit that. But it should not be this freaking easy. By the way, this is from Holland Tactical Solutions. I've had this for well over a year now, and I still can't do the same crap to it. I can get it to flex a little bit, but there's thousands of draws on this holster. Okay? Now, with this guy. Just clamshelling, okay? This thing is crap, okay? If people recommend Kentucky Kydex, you're fucking up. That's just how it is.
The crazy thing is, like, I've had some good luck. I've had bad luck, too. Like, this holster I had made, retention's still good on it. It's basically a sidecar copy. Like, retention's still good. Oops. Locks up good.
Mostly.
Yeah. That was me. My bad. But, yeah. It's just the quality control isn't there with Kentucky Kydex.
Yeah, it's butt.
Yeah, I used to recommend them all the time because I've had good luck with them, but here recently I've seen it just go down even more.
Do you have a second holster from them?
I've got the one that he helped me make. He helped me make this one personally, and this was my first ever holster, and it actually locks up better than Chris's.
Yeah, I think that thing is over a month old, I guess, right? Or is it not?
This one?
Yeah.
It's about 3 weeks.
Okay. So, not quite.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the holster that you see is after about a month of actual use.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not even like I was doing crazy ass operator shit with it. The most use that you would have seen from it was from one of my classes because I do a lot of demos in it.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yeah.
And that's the most that I end up using it. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just putting it on and walking out. Okay, and just going about my day, and you guys know how my EDC is. I try to keep my holsters and gun guy stuff out the way of everything else. So, what I don't understand is, if you're charging me $82, it was $82 and a little bit of change for that holster, and $130?
135-ish for that
135-ish?
Yeah.
Okay? When the same amount of money lands you something from, like, Smoky Mountain Concealment or Holland Tactical Solutions, why are you going with them in the first place?
Or even in this configuration, you can get a sidecar for about the same price from T-Rex Arms. I just don't like waiting, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, is that I figured that, okay, honestly, I should have treated this like the salad at a steak place, okay? Because the salad's not why you went there, but you can tell how the rest of your night's going to be based on that.
Yeah.
And I seen the single clip, the no adjustments, the fact that it rode real low and all of that, and the lack of anything more than one retention screw. And I seen the salad, and I was like, and then after I started using it, well, here we go. The steak's a freaking welcome mat. Makes sense?
Yeah.
So, just a public service announcement to those that have been recommended by them before. They are not up to snuff at all anymore, so watch your back. If you have any questions, throw that in the comments section below. And remember, guys, a regular guy's firearm is the last defense against tyranny. Be easy. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Just like the Urban Carry holster, it's not bulletproof either. Tisk, tisk. The part is that after being shot a bunch, it still has better retention now than it did before. It's starting to loosen up now. There it is. At least it hung on longer. Like,